Hi Libra, welcome to your 2021 reading. So we made it through 2020, so we're going to have a look at what is coming up for the year of 2021. We're going to go month by month. Obviously it is a general reading, so it won't resonate for everybody. Oh, I thought I had a flipper there. So yeah, if it doesn't resonate and you would like to book a 12-month reading, then everything you need is in the description box below. So there's my email, my Instagram. Now I also do a lot of free content on Instagram as well. So do give me a little follow on there. That was a load of cards. Not sure we necessarily wanted them all. How many is that? Hang on. Perfect. That is as many as we need. So my Instagram is on there, so you can get some more free content. I've also got my PayPal link down there, so if you fancy dropping me a little tip to say thank you for the readings, that's very welcome. And my gift list is there as well. Now, it is an Amazon wish list, but if you would prefer not to purchase through Amazon, because I'm totally aware I don't think we need to be buying everything from Amazon just because it's quick and easy, you can PayPal me the money and send me a message on Instagram and let me know what it is you would like me to get, and I will source it from a different location. Anyway, that's all the parish notices out of the way. So, Libra, January, Six of Cups in reverse. Now, there's two ways we can take that. I'm going to pull another card because that's the kind of guy I am. This could be that January is a time for you to let go of reunions you were hoping for, or it could be that it's time to, I don't want to say to grow up, because I think that sounds a bit offensive and unnecessarily judgmental. But it's with the moon. So the thing is, it feels to me like January is going to be a time. Do you know what? I think it's a reunion, because this moon card for me is sneaking off in the night to be with someone that makes you happy, that you don't want to be with them. Not you don't want to be with them in the daytime, but it's hard to be together. And as much as you might be chasing them and you might still be drawn to that person, with that Six of Cups in reverse, for me, that's letting go. It's a case of taking that time out to really appreciate what's happened, what's been. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. But it's time to let go. If it's not progressing and if it's keeping you, because also the thing with the Six of Cups for me is it's also a little bit on the childish side, which is great in the sense of innocence and youth and joy, the joy of youth. Like kids have a way of looking at things, like a bouncy ball. They are thrilled with a bouncy ball. So simple. We lose that as an adult. We don't throw a ball on the floor, watch how high it bounces and getting impressed or excited. So, for me, the Six of Cups in reverse is very much about letting go of that. Now, coming into February, once you've let go of that, you've then got the Knight of Wands. Love him in the upright, because in the upright, for me, he's all about making progress. Being daring, bold, going for what you want. Don't forget it's Valentine's. So there is a sense for me of that coming up in February, of you really taking charge to take the bull by the horns. Now, listen, if you, where it's coming from, January of letting go, my feeling is that in February, and let's go a bit deeper, it's also, even in the upright, it's looking back at the reunion that you didn't have, that didn't come about. And there's two ways that we can take that. One is that by February, you turn it back and go back after what you've let go of, which is good if you're coming at it from a different perspective and you're trying a new angle, or you've learned a lesson and you feel that you're in a stronger position to go back in. Now, that could be a job. That doesn't have to be a love relationship. That could be a work relationship. It could be that you've had to step away from applying for jobs because you didn't feel you had enough experience. You've taken time out, you've gone and got the experience, and now in February you're ready to go back in. And there's a great quote about that Brene Brown says, here she goes, where she talks about someone, going back into, I want to say it's for a relationship, but she's like, you know what, that you might have got hurt, but that was really important to you, and I'm going back in. She's like, and I don't think that person's a fool. I think they're a badass, because even though they've got the absolute kicked out of them, they're still going back in because it's important to them and they want to do it. So however that resonates, fantastic. Go back, do what you need to do, because I also think you have to pursue everything as far as you possibly can until your heart's not in it. So then you can walk away and go, you know what, I gave it everything I could and it didn't work out. Unfortunately, in March, we've got the Chariot in reverse. So my feeling is that if this is something you're going back for, something you're going back to, I think in March you come to realise that it's hindering your progress with everything else, whether that be, like I say, a job situation, a career move, your life path, a love situation. And my feeling is that within March is that you come to realise that actually what you've been chasing, got Three of Swords. So my feeling is that what you've been chasing probably isn't going to make you happy. It isn't going to come out in your best interest. And again, I think it's a case of letting it go, which is hard. And then coming into April, we've got the Moon in reverse. Now for me, that card is very much about being able to see things clearly again. In the upright in this deck, you can see that it's not dogs, it's people in dog masks. So for me, that's kind of, it's a deception. It's a situation of like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, you know, people not showing themselves for who they truly are. And this for me in the reverse is a case of going, right, the masks are off now. I can see what's going on. I can see, you know, if someone's been playing you, you come to see that. If someone has been holding out on you, things all just start to come to light, because also the moon, you know, the moon is a light in its own respect, and it helps us see in a situation where we wouldn't normally be able to see, like when it's dark. You know, if the moon's not there, you can't see anything, you can't see where you're going. But it's also a distorted view. And for me, that again, it's that thing of going, right, by April, I think you're going to start to see things really, really clearly. And like I say, whether that's to do with love, work, whatever it is for you, that's got to be a good thing. Being able to see clearly is wonderful. Now coming into May, I love this, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So for me, that is very much, sorry, get it so you can see it. That card for me is very much a case of just knuckling down and doing what you need to do. And actually, I think sometimes when you are able to see things more clearly, because you've taken the mask off, whoever that is, whether it's off you, whether it's off someone else, you can just get back to doing the work. Get back to what it is that keeps you busy. Now, it might be that you need to find jobs around the house. You need to find things to do that distract you from this sense of loss. We've got in with the Chariot in reverse and the Three of Swords. So whatever this was, you know, maybe actually the Eight of Pentacles is coming in to say, you know what, all I need to do is knuckle down with work, keep myself busy, keep my head distracted, because I don't want to revisit that hurt. I don't want to go back to where I was in January, where I was still, you know, struggling to let go. I don't want to go back to 2020 where I couldn't let go. You know, you've got to sometimes find that way of doing the work that you can. Unfortunately, come June, we've got a Fool in reverse. Now that for me is a case of, you know, it's tricky because I feel like I've literally just said, keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied, focus on the day-to-day with the Eight of Pentacles. But then my concern is that you also don't want to get too bogged down in that, because the Fool in reverse is it's a fear of newness, it's a fear of change, it's a fear of exploring, it's a fear of, you know, being able to step out on your own. And that, yeah, but if you do it, you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So the way to avoid that is, again, it's to celebrate what you have got and how far you've come and how much you've arranged and how much you've done and dealt with. And it's interesting because, like I always think with this card, you know, she's in a mirror. So she is looking back. She's taking a step to look back and see her part in the situation, in theory, but it's not holding her back. And that's the difference. I feel like previously, you know, you've been maybe in a situation where you've not been as open to your part in the situation, in the mask that you've had on. You've just been, you know, felt that other people are hiding things from you. But this is also recognizing ourselves and seeing ourselves and being able to accept that and still move on and still feel good about ourselves, even though we know what we've done in the past. When you look in the mirror, are you happy with who you see? Because with the Fool in reverse, I don't think you are. So that's June. Now July, on the other hand, happy days. We've got the Five of Swords. And this for me is a progress. Like, I understand that the fives are traditionally your conflict cards, your turning points, your tipping points, whatever you want to call it. But this for me is a case of like, are you drawn to these people? Because if that's where your eye is drawn on this card, then July, unfortunately, is going to be a lot more stress. And it's going to be accepting that while you're in stress, someone else is having a lovely time and completely free and breezy. Or are you drawn to the guy at the top who's actually managed to escape all this stress and has got away and doesn't need to be in it anymore, doesn't need the drama. So that's, you know, depending on which side of it you come. Now, August, we've got the Empress in reverse. So unfortunately, Libras, sorry. I feel like I've been saying Virgo for the last couple of things, but we're on Libra. It's been a long day. And it's only 3 o'clock. Sorry, Libras. What you've got to do is remember that you don't have to take control of everything. Like this Empress in reverse for me it's on the one hand it's ignoring your inner feminine, it's ignoring your emotional side of things, your ability to look after yourself, and also in turn look after others. Like, and that's where I think, you know, you've got the opportunity, like, you know, this, like I say, this letting go from January, going back in February, coming back, realizing you're just not going anywhere. And yeah, so ignoring your inner feminine is preventing you from this sense of calm with the King of Cups. Now, this King of Cups for me is, you know, he's the story in this deck is that he's a therapist between, you know, appointments, and he's just taking a bit of time to just reconnect, see what he can do, find his calm again. Now, whatever you do to find your calm, whether it's going to the gym, whether it is, you know, listening to music, taking a bath, whatever it is that you do to regain that sense of calm is what you need to do in August. Because otherwise you're ignoring your emotional side, you're ignoring your maternal, your feminine side. You're ignoring those parts of you that make you not whole, but, you know, like the Emperor for me is very much about this goes there, that goes there, being in control, dominating, delegating. Whereas the Empress is much more about, listen, we'll be fine. How can I help? What can I do to help you? But you have to be in a position to be able to help, Libra, and that's where it becomes tricky. However, moving into September, yes, we've got the Queen of Cups, and I love her because I've literally just been talking about regaining your calm with that Empress in reverse. If you ignore your inner feminine, you ignore your emotions, what happens? You lose your sense of calm. The way to get that back is to try and build that calm back into your life. A friend of mine is a nutritional therapist. She said to me, 1% of your day equates to 15 minutes. If you cannot find 15 minutes in your day to do something that makes you happy, there's an issue. Because it's 1% of your day. Like I say, listening to music, a shower, a walk, you know, whatever it is that you do, playing cards, doing a jigsaw, colouring in. But by September, you get that back in check. You're balancing things out. You're finding with that Queen of Cups that it's that real sense of calm and wholesomeness, if that's the right word, feeling complete, feeling that you are enough. And that's something I think has been really missing for you guys. I think particularly, you know, starting off this year with the moon and the Six of Cups in reverse, that isn't a sense of wholeness, wholesomeness, feeling whole, complete, enough. That's, you know, wanting other people's approval. You won't, if you felt enough about this relationship, you wouldn't be hiding it in the night. You would be upfront. You'd be out in the daylight saying to everyone, this is who I choose to be with. I'm using that analogy. Anyway, so that's your September. Now your October, happy days, because once you've got that sense of calm back, we've got a Six of Wands. All the yeses for that Six of Wands, that celebration. Because this isn't just, you know, the traditional side of things is the success. It's coming back the hero from war, from whatever it is that you've done. Everybody appreciating your success. But this is people rallying around and saying, you know what, we're happy for you. You know, you might have felt the reason you hid this from us was because you knew it wasn't right in your own heart. You knew it wasn't going anywhere. You knew it was probably going to upset you, which is why you didn't bring us into the equation. You didn't bring it out into the light. You didn't show us what was going on. But once you started to see more clearly and take the mask off and accept the truth, accept the situations as they are, you went back to that sense of calm and that feeling of wholeness and completion. And that's what we're applauding. It's not getting a new job. It's not doing this. It's applauding that you finally realise what it is that you're worth and what your happiness involves. And then November, yes, first time she's been out upright today. Four of Wands, lovely, balance, equality, slightly celebration, maybe a family. And like I say, that doesn't, you know, I want to say, because we've got the Three of Swords, we've got the King of Cups, you know, Six of Cups, we've got those kind of romantic cards, that this is more to do with a romance situation for you, that November will come a bit more balanced. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean going back to where you were at 2020. It doesn't mean chasing that person that you didn't want to be honest about. But it's a way of finding new balance. It's a way of sharing what you've got and taking that progress, and, you know, like I say, from these two cards, from having that progress and that success, celebrating success, being able to really home in on what it is that you want from your home life. You know, whether it's family life, whether it's just in your own surroundings, you know, if you live on your own, it's getting your home sorted out, like clearing out clutter, you know, like these, literally, they're just in sticks. There's no clutter. They've gone down to the bare bones of what they actually need for their home. And then December, oh, I love this card, Three of Wands, which is that really lovely moment of going, right, this table is all in order. Everything at home is good. Now where do I want to go? And having that, like, that dream mode of going, right, I just want, actually, what do I want now? Because I've gone through all this. I've been through all this nonsense with bad relationships. I've been in stressful modes. I've retreated back into myself. What is it I actually want? Because now I'm ready. Now I've got this sorted out. Now I've got my inner calm and my inner emotions balanced and in check, and I'm able to accept all my emotions and move through them. Now I've got people around me who are celebrating my success and reminding me of how much I'm enough without me having to think about it, that I've got time to focus on my home life, on what I want out of, what I want in a family, what I want in a loved one, what I want in a relationship, what I want in my friends. And now what more can I do? Because now stuff's set and it's good. I've got the freedom to expand, to look further afield and see what else I can improve. Anyway, Libra, that was a joy, even though I may have said Virgo a couple of times. As I say, if you would like a private reading, it's in the description box below. If not, I will see you very soon. Bye.